All right, welcome guys. Joshua, I'm not sure why Dame is not here and the rest. So probably they will join us while we are at it. Welcome to the Experience Culture. So the Experience Culture is a group of experienced designers who are willing to grow and then impact knowledge, right? And also we are also we are also available to help grow budding designers and also impact knowledge as I said earlier. So at this point I will I will give Princely the mic so put us through he can put us through the slides he has presented, which is consistently maintaining growth as a UI as a designer, right? And I hope we get to learn one or two things from what is going to feed us today. So, Priestley, shoot.
Yeah, thanks, Chinedu. Hi, guys. Chinedu has said, my name is Princely. I'm a visual designer. I work at Andela. For some of you that don't, I will just ask if everybody knows Andela here. So I'll be speaking today on some points. Well, I'll call them actionable pointers to maintain growth as a designer. So before I get into the major reason why you're here, I'm gonna engage in a bit of icebreaker. So I don't know if you guys could just come off mute and probably just introduce yourself. Just your name. I mean, I know I can see your name here, but I mean your name, what part of design you're into, and probably maybe what are some of your goals in the next maybe 2 to 3 years. Joshua. Hello, Josh, right there.
Josh.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. All right, so thank you, Princely. For me, I would say my goal is so at the start, Chinedu said experienced designers. Well, maybe Oyin and Chinedu and Princely and Frederick are experienced, but me, I'm just coming up, right? So I would say I would say my goal is to work as a product designer for either a fintech or renewable energy company. Basically, maybe somewhere around the second designer, maybe not the main lead, right? To help them work on products that people are using to. Fintech because there's money in fintech, but maybe passionate. I mean, I'm more passionate about the renewable energy sector, and then see how we can build something along that line, basically.
All right. Thank you so much. Oyikon.
Hi, Princely. Hi, everyone. Okay, my name is Oyinkosala Olunaike, and I'm a UI product designer. Actually, I work at a fintech, still interning actually. So, yeah, that's about me really. And I've been into product design. I started learning like last year, not up to a year now, but last year. So that's really it about me. Nothing serious.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So hi, Ernest. Thanks for joining us. So what we are doing is that we're just doing a bit of icebreaker, just introducing ourselves, what we do, and maybe sharing some of our goals. So Ernest, do you want to go next?
Okay, hello, my name is Ernest. Sadly, I'm outdoors, okay? I work in tech. I advise tech startups, financial advice, and growth strategy. That's what I do, right?
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Thanks, Ernest. Frederick, what's up? How you doing, man?
Good evening. My name is Frederick Uche. I presently am a freelancer. I freelance. I do illustrations. I do UX design. I do web design too with WordPress. And my goal really is to be like to create more products, like more like, how will I put it now? With HCI or human computer interaction, there are a lot of emerging proofs and emerging stuff that you can do, and as they have not really been implemented in design, I want to go deeper into stuff like that, something like zero knowledge proofs and stuff like that. I do plan on doing a master's in HCI, human computer interaction, and it's not only about just like designing and pushing pixel, like actually make an impact with the users and make things easier for them. So yeah, that is my goal.
Man, that's huge one. Nice one. So Chinedu, I don't know if Regina, like, is Regina on your side or probably like I'm confused.
Yeah, Reginald, can you hear us?
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
So you can go ahead. You can introduce yourself and probably what you do and what you plan doing.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Welcome.
My name is Pepper Reginald, and I'm a UX UI designer from River State, Bonny Island. My goal is to summarize in three words: learn, innovate, and surpass. So I want to learn everything I can about the field because I've not necessarily, or I think recently niched down to anything. So learn, innovate on what I've already learned, and also surpass. So by surpassing, I mean after learning, you get to use what you've learned to actually build viable solutions for people to use. So I've heard that there are different fields in UX, UI design, product design, fintech, and the rest, but I've not necessarily chosen one. Still exploring now, diving into the waters. Thanks.
That's good. That's good. That's good, guys. That's good, guys. I'm really happy that everybody joined this call. Actually, like, what I'm looking for, like, we're actually like all from like the tech sphere. So and it's kind of I was expecting a mix of skill set, like maybe graphics design, trying to transition into UX and all. I mean, that's good. Welcome, John. We're about to kick off. So what I'll be sharing with you guys is actionable steps. So I will just talk about what this is and what this is not. So what this is going to be is about, I mean, everybody here already know what they're doing, already have their goals, which is very good. So you guys clearly are not kids. You know what you're doing. So what I'll be sharing with you will be actionable steps, keyword actionable, in ways to actually go about making sure that you are aligned with your goals. So what this is not going to be would be like, it's not going to be like a mentorship or probably like some affirmative session. No, like before this call, I was telling Chinedu that, I mean, if you really don't want to grow, like, how will you survive in this space? Because it's really crazy, whereby anybody can really do what you're doing. So it's really highly aggressive and all. So I'll be sharing my screen and dropping some, discussing through some of these points. So the usual term that we're used to, can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maintaining growth as a designer, simple actionable steps on getting better. So so some of these steps that I'll be sharing with you are steps that I've practiced in the past and I'm also currently practicing. So the first step is stop isolating yourself as a designer. I know most designers, I mean, this cut across both genders, male or female. I'm happy we have Oyukon on the call. So as designers here, most of us have something called imposter syndrome, whereby we feel that we are not good enough, and also we feel that nobody can really speak that design language. So even if we're with a dedicated team, such as a product team, or if you just happen to work in the product team, we are always used to working alone and all. So I know during the interview section, like we are taught to always come off as, oh, we are independent workers, meaning that, oh, we can actually go above and beyond, we can work on our own, we are self-starters and all. Yeah, that's good for you to get a job. But when you've gotten a job and then, I mean, you're thinking about your career in the next 3 to 4 years, I'll be fine. Like I'm a product designer now. I see myself being a senior product designer. Like what makes you stand out? You have to stop isolating yourself. You have to start thinking at the bigger picture. You need to start working as a team player. You need to start, branching out from your own, collaborating. The keyword here will be collaborating. The keyword, like if you go for a lot of interviews, you engage most people that work in companies like Facebook, like the big companies and all. Like these guys are big on the word collaborative. Like you have to be big on collaboration. You have to be big on collaboration. So that's the first point. Stop isolating yourself. Like stop being shy. Stop, like just break that feeling whereby you're like, you know what, like I've heard a lot of designers use the word that, oh, I love to work alone. Oh, I don't like to talk. I just love being by myself. Just send me the brief and I would just do it myself and return the design. Then again, I mean, like, you can't really be a UX person. I believe you can't really be a UX person if you don't love to engage your users or probably speak to the client. So stop isolating yourself. Always lean towards being a team player. The next stage will be ask questions. This is really key. Ask questions. Sometimes this is not about you asking questions about the design or anything. No, this is about asking questions from people that you work with. Ask questions. Like always ask questions about where you fall short. I mean, if you are in a team, you must clearly have people that are senior than you. You must only have people across the other department. Ask questions to find where do you think I can improve on? Where do you think I can be better? Because you can only go so far thinking, oh, I know everything. I'm doing right, like I'm doing this the way it's supposed to be. But when you ask questions, I mean, it could be your manager, it could be maybe your CTO, it could be like product manager or something. Like, I mean, I'm speaking within the realm of product design right now. But if you are probably trying to transition, like ask questions from your superior. If your company doesn't have like a review, I mean, a lot of companies have this personal or performance review. I mean, use that time to ask questions and all. And if you're a freelancer, like, I mean, somebody Uche said is a freelancer, you can actually seek out some people who are probably way ahead of you in this field. Ask questions. Okay, I mean, this is what I do. How do you think I can actually improve myself or get better? So that's the second part. Ask questions. This part, I think I actually added this part because I needed to share this with other people. Have heroes, not mentors. Can anybody probably, I mean, we all know who mentors are. I don't know if anybody can probably take their time to come off mute and explain who, just try. I mean, who are heroes and who are mentors? Anybody wants to try?
Okay, let me try.
Hello. Okay.
Okay, let me try. Frederick, you can go. I'll go next.
All right.
All right. A mentor is someone you know, and someone that is willing to help you through your career. Somebody that you can, like, for example, design something and show him and be like, okay, where do you think, like, what do you think about this design? Where do you think I can improve on this design? Then a hero is somebody like let's say, for example, somebody on Twitter that you don't know, but you feel like his work is excellent and it's very good, and you feel like you want to be this person. You want to be this, like, for example, me now, there's this human computer interaction professor that I read his journal. Like, he does very elaborate human computer interaction design researches, and I'm like, I want to be this guy. Like, I don't want to be the person that does like design stuff and like does screens, a lot of like 100 screens. I just want to, like, look for a problem and like create a solution. And I don't know this guy, but I want to be this person. Like I see myself like I'm working towards being him or being more than him. That would be a hero for me. But a mentor is be somebody like Princely now. When I do a design, I'll just show him. I'm like, okay, what do you think about this? Or maybe I'm thinking of a kind of research problem that I want to embark on, and I'm like asking him, okay, what do you think about these things? And like, have you experienced something like this before? And he tells me, like, he talks to me, takes out of his time to like tell me, okay, this, and this. So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The other guy who wanted to speak. Sorry, I'm trying my screen, so I can't really see everybody's faces.
Yeah,
If you don't hear.
I'm the one, firstly, Chinedu.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
personally, I think Frederick was, or rather, he's on the right track. So mentors are those people you speak to whenever you have problem in your career, and they kind of help you navigate the waters, right? Those are mentors. While heroes are not necessarily someone you speak to. Heroes are just people you look up to, right? Let's say Princely, like he works in Andela, and personally I want to work in Andela too, maybe in the next 6 months or 1 year. I will look up to Princely. I will go on his profile. I will track him. I will see everything he has done, and from there it becomes my race. He becomes someone I actually look up to, or someone I want to I want to imitate when I get to Andela, right? So that is just how I see mentors and heroes. Mentors are people that help you navigate the waters in your careers, and heroes are people you just look up to.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like you guys are both correct. You guys are so with this definition, like you guys can already have an idea who heroes and mentors are. So like this point says have heroes and not mentors. So I kept like a sub explanation that like have a list of people outside your cycle that are living your dream in position and roles where you see yourself leading in calculated time. Mark the word calculated time, because I mean, like, if you're like your product designer, you see yourself being a senior product designer. I mean, I don't think that goal should exceed 1 or 5 years or probably 3 years, maybe like 1 or 2 years. So the reason why, I mean, like this is something like I practice personally. I mean, a lot of designers we have mentors that we know personally, and sometimes there's a common reading whereby people actually tie their goals and their inspirations, let me use the word ginger, to their mentors. And sometimes mentors are always busy. Mentors obviously are like people like us, whereby they also have their programs and all. But heroes are people like you all said that are doing their own thing. They've already succeeded and they are living it and all. Sometimes you don't get to probably even engage these people, but you can just look at them, use them as inspiration, and just chase after that. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. So to my next point, be very intentional with your cycle. A lot of people don't really understand how your cycle will influence you. I mean, there are so many there are so many sayings out there like, oh, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people and all. But like you're only good as the people you roll with. So if you have 4 friends that are millionaires, if you have a very good mindset and all, you become the 5th millionaire. This is because when you have an enriched cycle, these people tend to share knowledge with you, tend to share information with you, share their experience, share their resources, their referrals, and all that stuff. So if you really want to be a badass designer, if you really want to be like a badass product designer, or probably a motion designer, or anybody, you need to surround yourself with people that are already rock stars, or they're already aspiring to be rock stars. Because being in Nigeria alone, you're already, let me use the word, sorry, permit me, let me use the F word. I mean, like, you're already fucked up because a lot of things will frustrate you. So if you don't have people that can actually push you to gain that extra mile. Like it's crazy. I mean, you cannot be thinking about it fine. Like, how am I going to probably engage these users and run this user research when your cycle you're thinking about? I mean, like football or girls. I mean, these things are good too. These things are good, but I mean, you need people that can actually like stimulate the need for you to want to learn. So your cycle is key. Like your set of friends, it could be your colleagues, it could be groups or anything, but do not joke with your cycle. Your cycle is key. Don't be a vending machine. Instead, engage. So as designers here, there's something that we do. This ties back to the first point about don't isolate yourself. So as designers here, there's something we do whereby we are used to just getting. I mean, if you're a product designer, what we do is that we just get the product requirements documents. If you're a designer, you just get a creative brief and you go into your place and you just design and you come out. Sometimes you don't really get to engage these clients, probably engage or bring everybody into a call. In fact, designers don't even like to talk. That's designers, a lot of designers, we don't like to talk. Like, it's crazy. I'm guilty of that. It's something that I'm actually currently trying to learn, whereby you have to talk through your designs, even if it's like a freelance job, or maybe it's a case whereby you're not expected to just talk, just already have the wireframe for you, just design these screens and send it back. No, try to always talk through your user flow, try to engage, try to ask the questions. So resist the urge to take the brief and go into your own and return the asset. Learn to discuss with your stakeholders, engage them, ask them questions. Okay, fine. Why are we doing this? Do we need to probably update this design? Should we try this other way around? Because by discussing with your clients, your PMs, or even your manager, what this does is that it makes people trust you. It makes people, okay, fine, okay, you know what? Let's think about what this person has up there. Like, is there something that they know that we don't know? So stop being like, just think the word, I'm not a vending machine. I'm not a vending machine. Like, I'm learning to grow. There are so many things I'm processing. Let me engage these people I work with. Who knows? Like, I'm like, my idea might actually work. Recently, I got a complaint from one of my friends where she was like, she's working at a company whereby they don't seem to listen to designers. They don't seem to want to care about what the designers think. They just come with the product requirements documents and you just start designing. And I was like, I mean, like, have you tried just maybe bringing them into a call and just try to just engage them and be like, okay, you know what? I hear you. I've read everything. What do you think about this? I mean, this works because it actually improves you. It improves your speaking skills, and it actually makes you an authority and all. Have goals, then focus on steps. A lot of us actually make the mistake of just having goals, and then we don't actually break them down into steps, whereby we're like, okay, fine. So I want to work in Google. Yeah, I mean, I want to work like easy. I want to be that designer in Google. Maybe I want to be that designer from Facebook and all that. But yeah, we don't actually take time to be like, okay, fine. What are some of the things that the designers working in Facebook, what do they have that I don't have? A lot of people don't really think about that at all. Like, this is something that a lot of people miss. I mean, into this coming into 2022, I'm sure every one of us we had goals. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually going to work at Andela. I'm going to work at Spotify. I'm going to work at Shopify and all. But you realize that you don't even have steps to achieve these goals. I mean, goals are good, and that's why we actually make this mistake, because we take out some of the daily or weekly things that we need to do to actually be that designer that wants to work at this place. So have goals, good, but then have steps that you break down. Okay, fine. You know what? I know the designers at Facebook, they are really, really kickers in designing certain things. So for instance, if if I'm like, if I want to be, maybe by December, I want to get into Shopify. I know that for a fact, Shopify, it's an e-commerce platform. I should be able to probably research and build case studies around what you're doing. Engage, maybe like engage, what's what I'm looking for, recruiters. But most people don't do this. So goals are long term and easy to mess up, but steps are easy to manage and live by. This could be daily steps. I mean, daily steps are a bit too harsh and unrealistic, but have like weekly steps, have like monthly steps that you can review. This goal ties in back into having a cycle with similar interests, because you can actually have people who can actually hold you accountable to some of these steps. Okay, fine. Chinedu, what's up now? How far that's your goal? Have you actually like, how far have you gone? So all these goals, all these steps tie into each other. This point is something a lot of designers fail at. Rethink how you use LinkedIn. Rethink. A lot of us in this side of the world, we do not know how to use LinkedIn. Like, we do not know how to use LinkedIn. Fun fact, guys, myself and Chinedu, we met on LinkedIn. Myself and Chinedu met on LinkedIn. So I think Chinedu is somebody that really excels in how to use LinkedIn. So there is this saying saying I kept at the bottom of it, like, if you ask for a job, you get an advice. But if you ask for an advice, you get a job. A lot of designers in Nigeria, how they use LinkedIn is that they just feel that it's just build connections. And guess what they do instead? They post their designs on Twitter. Like, I still don't understand how that works, whereby I know, yes, like, I mean, but most of the big companies, they're on LinkedIn, but you rather just go on LinkedIn and just keep adding, making connections, but no relationships. So you have to rethink how you use LinkedIn, because this is like a platform whereby a lot of CEOs, a lot of guys who are starting companies, I mean, this is where they stay. You see guys pushing out some amazing case studies on LinkedIn, and it's very easy to just go in there and be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm so person. This is what I'm trying to achieve and everything. I've seen what you're doing. I see that this is where you work and everything. Please, can you spend time on your calendar and we just get into a call and then we discuss? Like, you people don't know, like, I feel like a lot of designers in this part of the world, like, we miss out on opportunities that LinkedIn provide. LinkedIn is like a powerhouse whereby you can meet anybody, because there is this saying that you are 5 people away from who you want to meet. So if, for instance, I'm like, you know what, I need to meet Buhari this year, that means I'm like 5 people away from meeting Buhari. So, and then I have a place like LinkedIn whereby they are big shots. They are big shots. You can actually build relationship with these people off that platform, engage them, see what's in their head, ask for meaningful advice, and these people would actually keep you like on their radar. So whenever there's an opportunity, I mean, like, okay, fine, yeah, I know Uche, I know this girl called Oyinkom. I don't know if you guys have actually, maybe Chinedu might be have actually experienced it, whereby sometimes recruiters can even reach out to you on LinkedIn, and they tend to ask you, do you know anybody that checks out on this role? Do you know anybody that you could refer? And also, the recruiters on LinkedIn, they are really big on referrals. So you don't really know who you might engage that might just be that person that might refer you to a job. So rethink how you use LinkedIn rather than, I mean, there are a lot of things that happen on Twitter whereby you see people posting stuff. I just think it's just yeah, you can do Twitter, but rethink how you use LinkedIn. There are so many opportunities that we are missing. I myself too, I'm also learning to do that this year. Like, I actually had a goal this year that I'll be like, you know what, I will start publishing stuff. And then into this year, I noticed that Chinedu started doing the same thing. Chinedu just started pushing out stuffs, like pushing out case studies, pushing out redesigns and all. This is what will upscale you. This is what will upscale you, because it's very easy for, even when you apply for jobs, a lot of recruiters just check you out on LinkedIn. They try to see what you're doing. They look at your activities. Okay, fine. You want to be a product designer. What is this person pushing? I know guys who have gotten into companies whereby they've not even updated their resume or portfolio. They just keep trying to jump on trends and everything. I mean, NFT is a booming tech trend right now. Why don't you just do some case studies around it and just put it on LinkedIn? Guess what? There could be like a startup company who needs a designer with that knowledge. And if you don't, hey, what's up? How are you doing? Do you have time on your calendar for a call? And that's it. Sorry that you will notice that I spent more time on this because this is something that I feel that would really help a lot of us. Start operating 2 times ahead of where you want to be. So what this means is that if you see yourself as a senior designer, if you see yourself as a kick-ass UX person who excels in research, what would really help you grow is to start operating at that level already. Like, I mean, if you're working in a company and looking for, I want to be promoted to be a senior designer, even if you get into a call with your manager or probably performance reviewer. I mean, most people that get promoted are already operating at that level. That's the thing. So if you see yourself, okay, fine, you know what, I have this goal that, okay, fine, I want to go into this and this and this. You don't have to wait until then. You have to start operating at that level. You have to probably go online, probably do a bit of research, check out how a senior UX designer operates. What is their JD? What's their responsibility like? What's their day-to-day like? And what does a senior designer do that you're not doing? What are the gaps? Then on a weekly or maybe daily basis, like begin to start operating at that level. Start operating, start acting and performing at that level while you are at your current position, because it really helps. It prepares your mind, because everything in terms of growth starts from a mental angle. Be forever curious. Be forever curious. I mean, yeah, that's why like when you're like be forever curious, like you want to go, yes. There is really no anthem of growth without you wanting to know more. Like always jump on trends, always practice new techniques, always ask questions and all. So for instance, yeah, I'm a designer, yeah. I started off as a graphics designer. And right now I'm a product designer. So this is like an interesting journey. I mean, the career growth for a graphic designer, I mean, you can only go so far. You can either probably branch out to be an illustrator, or probably branch out to be like a much more senior graphic designer, or you can actually branch out into being a UI or UX person. But you have to be curious. You don't have to get so complacent and then settle into the position you're in. And the design field is very aggressive, whereby there are young guys that can do what took years to learn. So you have to start looking for the next thing, like you jump on. Fun fact, I just started my MBA. It's strange because I'm a designer, and it makes you want, and you might wonder like, how does it relate? Like a designer doing an MBA, how does it relate? But the truth is that when you keep climbing your ladder in your career, you need to start understanding who some of your major stakeholders are. And I realized that around me where I work, like I tend to engage with a lot of marketing people. Even these guys that build products here, that solves problem is always around a business environment. So I just thought about like, you know what? Most of these guys don't even know how design works. Yeah, there's always this like gap and all that. I was like, you know, I need to know how these guys think. I need to know how these business people they think. I need to understand some of their terms. So it's not like it's always like you versus them. So they need to know, okay, fine, oh, this person is one of us. This person understands our language. So always try to move out of your comfort zone. For instance, I really hate math. Like I hate anything accounting. But this is me doing my MBA. Like this is really unfamiliar waters. So you have to be like very curious. Like always want to know more. Always ask questions. try new things. First, just like challenge yourself, because that is the only way to grow. You want to know more. You want to, like, you know what, like, I know this already. I've defeated this already. What is the next thing? I want to jump on this next thing. Ask people, okay, fine, you know what? This is what I want to achieve. How can I get this? So always be curious. Always push yourself. This is my final step. This is my final actionable step. It's a lot of people don't. I know that most people have seen this slang on Twitter. Am I right?
Yeah, stay wicked.
Yeah, stay wicked. It's funny. You can laugh about it, guys. You can laugh, and it's funny. But the thing is that it's not really what you think. It's not really it's not really what you think about, oh, being wicked, or probably just being evil, or being a villain. But the thing is that nobody gives a fuck. Permit me to use the word the effort. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Like, you have to, like, learn to just be ruthless with your goals, because then again, it's you versus everybody else. That's just the truth. It's you versus even if you and your friend, you apply for a job, it's very rare that both of you would get that job. It's always one person, and that's the best person out there. So when you set your goals, when you set out on this journey to want to grow, I mean, there will be things that will hit you. There will be things that would make you want to be like, you know what, let me just watch this Netflix series. Let me just relax. And also, you have to be very, very aggressive. It could be your relationship. Yeah, it could be family. It could be that client. It could be a negotiation on probably your rates or something. But you have to be very, very aggressive. You have to be ruthless. Being wicked doesn't mean being, like, inhumane to your fellow, like, humans. But it's just that be very, very. I can't really overemphasize on this, but you have to be very, very, very ruthless. You have to be aggressive about your own goals, because every other person have what they are chasing. So you have to be your own motivation. Like, you know what, yeah, like, I have to sacrifice my time. I have to, like, ignore all these things because I have this goal. I want to grow. Okay. Yeah. So that's the 10th step.
Yeah.
I see Toby.
Yeah, he joined
So
in a while
guys,
ago.
so there is this guy on this called Toby. Toby Toby ran away. Yeah, Toby used to be like one of my huge mentors back then. Like, we used to work together. Oh, he's back again. Like, we used to work together and everything. So Toby is like one of those guys. Like, when I say being wicked, yeah, Toby's actually one of those guys that he doesn't give a fuck about anybody, but he just focuses on his goal. So back to what's on. So those are the 10 steps. I would share this slide with Chinedu, and you share it across everybody. So questions. Please ask questions. Please ask questions. Get off mute. Ask questions. And please, there are no dumb questions. Please, there are no dumb questions.
Yeah.
There are no
Thank
dumb
you so
questions.
much, Priestley.
Yeah.
Really appreciate the nuggets and the extreme wickedness you've shown us today. So if you have questions, please, you can unmute and then ask your questions, please. Thank you.
Oh, you know what? Let's do something. So let everybody ask questions. Like I said, no dumb questions.
Yeah, true.
One of the steps I actually dropped in my slide is ask questions. So just ask the questions. Well, I mean, you wouldn't. Yeah, just ask the question. Onyeka is the only lady on this call.
Dave.
John is.
John,
yeah,
yeah,
I think. So Onyeka, yeah, what's up? Come up, mate. Onyeka is sleeping now.
Hi. Sorry, I'm not in a very quiet place, that's why, sir. But yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, I don't really have questions actually, but I actually learned something from this class. Like, it was quite enlightening. Okay, let me just ask about putting yourself out there on LinkedIn. Well, this year, one of my goals for this year is like to really put myself out there on LinkedIn, work on, so many case studies. Even if it's just like 2 screens I'm doing and I'm posting on LinkedIn, I actually want to always write in my process, like the process of my design. So I also want to ask, how can you actually, aside posting those things, posting your process, how can you connect that? I know most times I talk to, I send messages to these founders, CEOs, and all, but some of them do not reply. They just read the message and I don't know, they don't really reply. Not me asking for jobs, but just trying to connect, but they don't really reply. So, what do you think can be done?
So, I mean, like everybody have their own problems. I mean, like you can evaluate. I mean, we're human beings after all. So, in your case here, I would advise that you go on about posting your works on LinkedIn, not necessarily like your full works. It could just be like a brainstorming session. It could be like a shower thought you had, right? Like you just drop some of these ideas and just be like, what, let me know what you guys think. I mean, it starts off really, really, really slow because then again, you don't really get the engagement you need. But remember, you are on a journey. So if every week, maybe every 2 weeks, you actually go on LinkedIn, you drop something, it could be a redesign of an existing product, whereby you just feel like, you know what, yeah, this is me just trying out my hands on something, and you just post it there, and you just ask a question, what do you guys think? It could be a before, it could be an after, or it could be like what currently exists and what I think it should be. You post out some of these things and all. And sometimes, why don't you try to just take some of these posts, like a link to this post you've made, and just share it with them. I'm like, hey, what's up? What do you think about this thing I've designed? Like, just put a question there. So you're not actually asking for a job. You're not asking for an advice. You're just asking. So I mean, if you try this with 10 like startup co-founders or anything, trust me, you will definitely get 1 or 2 replies, and from there it gets better. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does. Like, I think I'm going to start that too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
no
also,
problem.
to add to what Princely said, most of these CEOs really, they're extremely busy. Like they don't have your time. So the only time they have is the time that favors them. What conversation do you want to engage with them that will add value to
Yeah.
them? So if you're not bringing anything valuable, man, you're on your own. But if you're bringing something valuable, man, they will actually interact with you. Let's say maybe their website is not converting, and in a way, maybe you have someone inside have updated, oh, this is what our website, and then you just create a solution around that website, and then you test that solution, and then you share it with them, and you see if they will not interact with you. So a lot of the time it's just value. Their time is very, very valuable, and if you are going to interact with them, it needs to be something it needs to be something very valuable. So just adding to what Prince said. Any other question?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
All right. Frederick, what's up? One question from you.
Okay. I don't know if my question relates to the whole thing, but it has to do with them.
Any question goes, man. Any question goes.
Okay. So I recently I've been having this thoughts, like I want to do masters immediately after my NYSC, and I want to do, because I'm a computer science graduate, so I want to do something that relates to computer science and at the same time relates to product design. And I'm wondering, like, is it necessary? Because most of the time, all these tech positions and all those kind of stuff, they do not, like, you don't need very elaborate elaborate degrees and stuff like that to do it. Like, is it necessary for me to how do I put it now? For me to do a master's course that relates to UX design or product design or human computer interaction, or should I just do something that would just complement me as a person, something like MBA, something like a master's in business, or some other thing that just complements me as a person? Like, what do you think?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, Frederick. So answer is like in the most simplest way. Why do you think you need a master's? Why?
I need a master's because I want to be a doctor. Like after I do masters, I'll go to a PhD. Like it's not for anything. I just want that kind of how will I put it? I just want to further my education basically. Like I just want to have the highest education possible, the highest education I can get.
Okay, then that answers your problem already. You understand? Because at the end of the day, it's not really about what everybody else is doing. It's not really about what it's not really about what any other person is doing. It's about what you want to do. Why are you doing this? You understand? For instance, I'm currently doing my MBA in business, not because people are doing their MBA. No, I don't even know how many designers have MBAs. I don't know, but it's me wanting to do an MBA because I realized that yes, I'm designing products for businesses here, but I don't even know how businesses work. A lot of designers don't. But you know what? I need to understand how these business owners, how they think about how CEOs they think, because I don't know how markets work. Yes, I can engage in user studies, I can engage in how users think, but at the end of the day, you're building these products to make money. But yet again, you're a designer, you're a UX person. So I think it's all about what you want to do. So if you want to further your education here, is because you want to further your education, not as a designer or not as anything, but as Frederick. So that answers your question.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. And Reginald, you're next on my layout. I think it's the best way to actually know those on this call actually. Yes. Reginald. Yeah. Joran. I like this name, Joran. Jeremy. Oh, Reginald, you're back.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, man.
I heard my name, that's why I unmuted.
Are you serious? Also, we have like a Q&A.
No, I have 1,001 questions, but I think I'll just remove it.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot, so I think that covers it.
That's good. I'm glad.
Okay.
So, any questions?
I think he said what he has listened to has covered everything. Joan, any question?
Okay. Joan. Joan.
Okay.
Yeah. Oluwatobi Oladele. How are you doing, Chief?
Hello, sir.
My guy, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, Abi. Good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day.
Good. Everything.
Yeah, do you have any questions?
I've been listening. I'm enjoying the session. I think it's been interesting.
Yeah.
Well done. I don't know if I can ask questions.
Of course.
You can.
Yeah, that's what you're talking. You can ask questions.
Oh my God. I'm going to ask. Don't worry, don't let me ask because I actually do not have any question. I think it's been, I would say, taking it from like a perspective of probably an enthusiast, or I believe it like probably is good. It has been like an interesting session, and I think it's insightful. And everything has been spot on. Actually, it's been, I think, pretty much what we got to learn over time as working and like facing all these experiences. And some things you just we actually had to learn like with experience, and some things we had to like look at what other people are doing and try to learn. And I think it has worked so far. So like for most people that are on Discord, like if like you follow at least some of the things that has been said, I think it's going to be very like helpful to like career and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. Well done, bro.
Yeah. Thanks. So so some of those of us that probably need mentorship or anything, please reach out to Toby on LinkedIn. So Toby is actually like I said, we used to work together way back, and we are friends, and he's actually one of those guys that you want to have in your cycle. He's doing well for himself, and in terms of this product design field, and also so he's one of my guys. So welcome back, Solomon. Do you have any questions? Solomon.
Rotimi.
Oh, you know him.
Yeah, I know him. Okay, I don't think he's there. Okay, I personally have a question, right?
Actually, do you have a question? What's that?
Yes,
what's
so
that?
as a designer, right, we are basically used to a lot of designers I know that are really, really good. They don't have foundation in design. Like they didn't go to a design school. So just something they picked up and they just started riding. They rode the wave to where they are. Like a lot of top designers I know, a lot of them are basically computer scientists or they are either engineers or accountants and the likes. So one question I have is with the wave of a lot of technologies coming in from Web3 to Metaverse to DAO to blockchain to a lot of things. It's becoming. Will I say it's becoming like it's not. I won't say challenging, but for a lot of people, it's becoming challenging to swallow all these things all at once and then start working towards fine-tuning themselves towards that particular goal. Like I know someone who is into game design, is into experience design, is into Web3 design, is into metaverse design, and is into almost everything. And it feels scary in a way, right? Because number one, this person is into everything. What is this particular niche, right? So I'm kind of like diving into niches now. What is it a design thing for you to want to be in everything, or is it actually okay for you to niche down and then grow and then scale up from there?
There is this. So I will start off with a saying. So there is this saying that I've actually tried my best to live by, which is preparedness favors opportunity. Yeah, preparedness favors opportunity. So the tech space is ever changing, like it's ever changing, whereby every year there's always a set of emerging trends that people need to jump on. So looking at the other person you brought in as an example, whereby is into everything, right? It's into everything. So let's now imagine someone like that comes across an opportunity, in designing for the metaverse and everything. He's already at an advantage already. Does that make sense? Because he's into everything, and that's actually one of the things that he has actually learned. So for those of us that actually are self-taught, we started from graphic design into product design. How did we get here? We entered into this skill set and we tried learning everything. And as we advanced, we started narrowing down into a particular section. Not because that was where we wanted, no, it was because that's where we are more interested in. So one thing about creativity is that it needs to be simulated, it needs to be challenged. Unless, of course, if you're a lazy designer, you will not grow. But if you're a designer who is very creative and you're very curious, you always tend to lean towards an area that you get challenged. Most of us that actually branched into product design was because like we love how creating solutions for problems and all that. So in that scenario here, engage each of these new trends. Try to learn something because you don't really know which one you might actually resonate with. I mean, how would you know you would love game design if you don't try it out? If you don't probably learn the basics, just let me just touch here and there, let me just learn the fundamentals and see if it's something I would like. It could be VRO design. When you learn the basics, I think it's too complex. I don't like how it goes. You understand? So yeah, you can just learn everything because a lot of emerging trends are coming up. Learn something because you don't really know which one you might actually love and which one you might actually just be, like which one might be that big break. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. No,
Yeah.
thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all my question. I believe everyone have asked all. John, do you have anything? It's time for you to learn. Oh.
I don't think.
Okay, well,
I
all
don't
right.
think.
So,
Yeah.
Princely, thank you very much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
It's my
this
pleasure.
session. I really appreciate you coming up to actually educate
Yeah.
our designers on what's consistent, how to consistently grow as a designer, right? And how to. I think I like the fact that you inserted LinkedIn to this conversation because all the jobs I've gotten, right, they are straight from LinkedIn. All the
Yeah.
connections that I've made with international, people in UX design, it's all from LinkedIn, right? And I've
Yeah.
actually been approached several times, and I've turned them down because I'm kind of like comfortable where I am at the moment. And
Mm-hmm.
so probably when I want to, scale up, then I decide, okay,
Yeah.
Alpha, let me start sending out CVs, or Alpha, is this role still available? But at this
Mm-hmm.
point in time, I just want to niche down, in augmented reality, right? Metaverse thing, which I've been kind of learning this month. Yeah, and I think I've made significant progress. So yeah, that's just it. I just hope we all find a way to add value to the community, and then you know help ourselves grow. If anyone needs understanding on what augmented reality is, or virtual reality, they can actually reach out to me. I have a significant amount of knowledge on how to build something in the metaverse, how to build something in the metaverse. Yeah. So yeah, it's been an exciting one, and over the period of time, we'll be having these talks, both in how to make money as a you. I think that's the next talk, how to make money as a
Yeah.
designer, because it is at the end of the day, it's all about the money, how to be comfortable. So yeah, thank you
Yeah.
very much. I really appreciate you coming in, and Frederick, John, Oyin, Reginald, Toby. Really appreciate you all for coming. I can't thank you guys enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, bye.
Good night.